Good morning, it's Angela. Good morning to today's Knit and Natter. So I hope you're all ready with a nice cup of tea. I've got my cup of tea. I've even got my pot of tea and my knitted cozy. And Robert will be joining us very, very soon. So he'll be with us in a few minutes. Just to let you know, same as usual, you can see me, but I can't see you unless you want us to. And I'm going to be getting all of my knitting out soon as well. So we're going to be having a really lovely knit and natter, just like we used to do in our groups when we could all meet up in cafes, in each other's homes. But we thought we would bring it to you. So I hope you're doing well. Looking at the weather outside, it's absolutely gorgeous weather. So if you've got a garden, I'm sure you can have a little bit of time in your garden with your family who you live with. Maybe go out for a walk as well and get that little bit of exercise. And here here is Robert. So as I said, and this is Robert. That's all right, don't worry about it. How are you today?
Very sleepy.
Oh,
I went to bed after we finished last night and woke up about an hour ago.
Don't worry, that's what this is about. So yesterday me and Robert did 2 of these sessions. So we did one at 10 o'clock and then we did one at 8 o'clock and signed off at 10 o'clock. So yeah, we had lots of fun yesterday. So I think we had people joining us from the Philippines. We had people, no, Philippines was the day before. We had people, Peter from the Netherlands, people all from the UK as well. And I put this out on my local WhatsApp group as well for our little hamlet. We're not quite a village. We're not that big. We're a tiny hamlet here. So welcome, everybody. And I hope you've got your knitting there with you. So Robert's in blue today.
Yeah, yes. Only because it was the first thing I could put my hands on.
That's all right. So interesting, but all the knitting I did yesterday, I need to frog. I need to get rid of because I didn't actually do my knitting right. So on the session.
And who could have predicted that?
Well, I don't read instructions. I'm very creative, but when it comes to an arm, you know, you do have to have them correct so they sit right. So I'm going to be doing a bit of frogging while we're on the phone. I don't know what Robert's doing today.
I'm going to carry on with my shawl. I'm not going to start with you until I've decided that I've finished with it.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'll leave you to go through and say, oh, hello. We're getting people already. Hello, Pat. Hope you're well.
Morning, Pat.
Morning, Grace.
Morning, Grace.
Dawn's just got back from a long dog walk. So, yeah, grab your cuppa. We all need to be nice and relaxed. I got up quite early this morning because I set up my front porch yesterday. So I've changed things around. I've got the table in here now.
I was going to say, where's your background gone?
Well, I've moved it around. So I've got the table in front of me. I've opened them. Well, they're shut because if not, you're going to get the light flying in. So now I've got a little bit more room and we're a bit more organised. So I was up. Huh?
I said, oh, that's good then.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. And I thought in our next session, it'd be really good for us to get some of the things that we've knitted out of our stash, out of our wardrobes, and just go through. And just go through, you know, what we've done in the past. It might give you some ideas. Mm-hmm. We're really trying to build this community. Whilst it's online, we may find that people are in the same areas. So who knows? Just get that stash out. Let's start creating things because we don't know how long we're going to be locked down, do we? But yeah, who else have we got on? So hello.
Lynn. Hi, Lynn. I think this is your first time, Lynn, so welcome.
Hey, we should start a podcast. Yes.
And Louise. Hi, Louise.
Hello, Louise. Hi.
And
podcast.
Is that how you say it? Tice. Hello. There's a lady called Thais, Thais. Please correct my enunciation of your name.
Oh, so absolutely lovely to see you. Lynn, are you my neighbour? I think you may be my neighbour, Lynn. Hello. It was really weird because on the WhatsApp group, I went on there to try and put the link on, but WhatsApp doesn't let you copy a link off another app and then put it on. So I had to handwrite all the Z's, the I's, the 5s, etc. So the link went on there. So welcome. See, you got that.
Tay, so I pronounced it correctly.
Tay.
So where are you from, Tays?
Sorry?
I just asked Tays where she's from.
Yes.
And we've got more people joining. So, hi, Natalie. Spain. Oh, well, welcome.
Woo! Welcome.
And Tracy just joined as well. Morning, Tracy.
Yeah, hello. So it doesn't matter what you have. Oh, you live in Leighton
You're from Leighton Buzzard. Hi.
Our hometown. Yeah. So we've been doing quite a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Dawn, interesting that you've been asking for, you said about a podcast. We're trying to do things because we don't know whether this is going to be here for 3 weeks, 3 months, who knows. But we thought it was really, really good because there's some brilliant people. So podcast, shall we do one?
I've never done one.
We'll do one.
Okay.
Website, I had a meeting with my lady who does all of my web development and stuff. So hopefully we'll have a website set up soon with all our recordings on there. They're all going to be on YouTube, the YouTube channel set up as well. So then we're going to be doing blogs on there and lots of links on there for what we're discussing, sharing people's work. So hopefully we'll just have this little hub, and the fact that we're getting to know each other now, we'll just keep it going for as long as we want to. But once we're all out and about, it might go down to about once a week, something like that. But we need to keep this going, and we're going to have an exhibition, aren't we, when we're all back out in the world, because we're just conscious that we're creating such wonderful things, and we've got so much time, and we are going to set up an exhibition in our local town somewhere, and we're going to make sure that there's Wi-Fi so we can Skype people in or use this to get people in, so we can just show lots of what we've created. And whether that is paper stuff, origami, we don't care. This is all about knit and natter and anything else we might be doing. So lots going on in the background as well. We will get everything there. Yeah, so the problem is with podcasts, though, a good podcast is 10 minutes long. We won't do that. So it's going to be much, much longer than that. But hey, you know, it's for the knitting community. And yeah, so what I thought would be really good as well later, just to share some of those books that Dawn mentioned she'd read yesterday. I don't know if you're on Audible, but I find Audible really good when I'm knitting because I can listen to things. I know some people read a Kindle. I've never been able to do that while I've been knitting or crocheting. So we've got a few really, really good books. And in a little bit, I'll just write them on there, the links on there, so you can capture them. And we're also going to be doing like a weekly catch-up. I don't think it'll be as fancy as a newsletter, but who knows how it'll evolve. But just try to capture some of the great pictures that we've had off people. So, Robert, you want to tell people how they can get in touch with you and share some of their work?
Yeah, so we've, thanks to Angela's brainwave last night,
was it?
Although people have been sending their works in progress, we've now realised that the best way to do it is through Facebook Messenger, because then I can share the screen. So do find me on Facebook, do friend me on Facebook, and then you'll be able to send me stuff through Messenger. And then we'll be able to show everybody what you've been doing. Yeah. It's just a better way to share your projects and your current works in progress than pulling you on the cam as well, because we know some of you are sat there in your 90s, some of you are sat there in your Sunday best, and some of you probably sat there in the all together. So we don't want to horrify people or embarrass you either. So just send them through on Messenger, and I will share them that way. Hi, Janet.
Hello.
Janet's asking for the newsletter to be put on the Guild website, or at least a link to it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we can manage that.
Yeah, we'll do that. We need to find an hour of our time where we talk about. Let's just get the newsletter done. We'll get it done in an hour and thrown out. So we'll set up a session as soon as we can, and just to what we've got so far. And please, yeah, share, etc. And the other thing that we'd like to do is just share each other's patterns as well. So you may have some really great patterns there that are great stash busters. I know we saw the, what are those little bookmarks with the little rat fences on? Yeah. Are they them? I can't remember what they call them, but all of those. So some of the links to the ones that we can do with, you know, a quarter of a ball of wool, really good to know. And if anyone hasn't got a stash of wool in their home, I would say just go to your wardrobe.
Yeah, don't be silly, Angela. Don't be silly. Of course, everybody's got a stash of wool.
I know, but I just had to get, like, you know where that bag's from, don't you? Spotted sheep, and I thought you can see my stash, so I had to get rid of that out of camera. Everyone's got a stash, but if somebody's new and just joining us, just grab an old jumper or something out of your wardrobe and unravel it and start again. So, because there are no shops other than online, so we can't go out and buy this stuff at the moment, can we? Yeah, my stash is. Oh, maybe I'll show a picture of my stash one day. Because I did actually see it on on my phone when I was scrolling through my phone. So I thought, oh dear. But yeah. So we've got I hate a stash. Mine's a hoard. You know what? I think it's modern art, isn't it? A stash is modern art. All of these unusual colours and textures all in a huge great pile. If we can say that modern art is an unmade bed, it's certainly our stash or our hoard, isn't it? Right, I best start frogging some of this. I need to. I was doing this last night, wasn't I? And I need to find my pattern so I know what to frog it back to.
So I'm going to say good morning to Louise, because we've missed Louise.
Oh, hello.
Janet is disappearing again soon. Janet, what's the stable?
I think she's got a stable full of yarn.
No, it's an acronym, but I can't remember what it means.
Oh, is it? Oh. I don't know.
I'm sure it's something stash beyond reasonable. I can't remember.
So just try to know what a stash is. A stash is just your collection of yarns that grows and grows and grows to unbelievable proportions. And I think that's what happened. Stash acquisition becomes life expectancy. I think we all have that, don't we? But I do know that Marion, who isn't on this morning, she's doing, is it knitting with cut up t-shirts? Or is she doing crochet? Somebody's just gifted her lots of old t-shirts and she's cutting them all up to do knitting or crochet with. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do, you know, even rag running. Can you remember when we went to Ali Pali a couple of years ago, 5 years ago? And I did that workshop, and it was, you had to cut material up into little strips about this long, about this wide, and you had like, it's like a big crochet hook, and you stuck it through like well, some material with big holes in it, and it made a rug. And when I told my dad I'd done that, he said that's how we used to make rugs, because they didn't go out and buy rugs, they had to make things when my dad was little. So yeah, so my dad actually knew what I was doing. My mum didn't have a clue. So it obviously got to the point then, because there's a bit of an age gap between them. So that had got to the age where you actually went out and bought a rug. But yeah, when my dad was little, they used to make those rag rugs, and that's what they had in front of the fire.
It was when we weren't the throwaway society that we are now, and everything was recycled as much as possible.
Mm.
Morning, Georgie.
And just because we have beautiful new people on board today, where is that? I'm looking around. Oh, so I can show you things. And Georgie, you're going to get sick of this, but what I'm talking about is getting little patterns like this up and working. This is a little tape measure that Georgie made, and then you press the back of it, it comes flying up. So that's a little black cat. So these are things that we hope to get on our website. Hopefully it'll only be a few days before we get that up and running, and then all of the recordings are going to be there, blogs, what's happening, offers that we get to know about, and new stuff that's coming out, so we can talk even more about yarn, which we love doing. So just create that.
Morning, Evelyn.
Morning. You can't see me.
Evelyn said she can't see you. No, I think I can't either, Angela, so I think it's your broadband, but you'll come back.
I will.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me just... Yeah, so it should come back.
I think this is going to turn into the world's biggest shawl, by the way.
Is it?
I think so. I think I've been a bit silly by trying to do it with 2 cakes, but never mind.
Well,
I'm up to 260 rows already.
You could buy another cake and then make 2, 1.5 cakes each.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Who needs to be encouraged to buy an extra ball of wool? Right. So this may go. I may have to... Oh, no, it didn't pull. I thought that may have broken, but it didn't. So just frogging again. Get it to the right...
Morning, Mary.
Morning. Oh. Did everyone have a lovely evening last night anyway, in our much quieter lives that we have now?
Sorry, I'm just getting an SOS message for help. Bear with me.
All right, okay. And excuse me if I check my phone as well, just in case. Right, so as per usual, please feel free to send pictures of all of your either, partway through work, any work that you have, any finished projects that you have, just so that we can give a little bit of inspiration to people who might be thinking, what shall I do next? Right, I'll just pick all of these stitches up, and hopefully I'll be able to start knitting again in a moment. I haven't had any more emails from any of the yarn companies, so we know Wool Warehouse is still sending out, UK only, not internationally, and they are not answering the phones because they're on skeleton staff, so they are asking if you want to order anything from them, please, please, please make sure that you get the order right before checkout. And then they can just fulfill it and get it sent out to you. But they are down to skeleton staff and they are working flat out. And I think they're probably one of the only places that you can get what I would term quick turnaround wool. Because I think a lot of them are 5 to 7 days delivery, aren't they? So, yeah. So it's a shame that Spotted Sheep can't buy from them at the moment, can't buy from Freya at the moment, but we've all got enough in our own homes.
I'm sure we have. Morning, Marion.
Good morning. Oh, I meant to say as well, it got to about 8 o'clock the other evening, and I thought, I've only got 2 eggs left. I've had these eggs for a few days, and it was actually the day of the announcement, and I'd gone out into Marks's and they didn't have any eggs there, so I thought, oh, never mind. And I get my milk delivered from the milkman, and I know at the moment they're not taking on any more customers, but I left a voicemail message at their depot at 8:30 at night, and they deliver early in the morning. Sometimes the milk comes as early as 1:30 in the morning. Do you know what? There were half a dozen eggs left in the morning. So I sent them a little message just to say thank you ever so much for that. But we forget at times, if we've got a milk, you know, a milk delivery, they can deliver yogurts, bread, butter, cream, lots of other things as well. So do think about that if you're struggling to get into the shops. I just thought that was brilliant service. At 8:30, leaving a voicemail. I said, don't worry if you can't get it tomorrow. Thursday's fine. No, it was there it was Monday night when I rang them. Yeah, so that was brilliant. So I can see our milk bill going up with can we have some more yogurts, can we have some of this, and it just helps us and stops us going out as often as we could do. So but I am juggling things. I've got 2 pieces of bread left now, gluten-free bread, so hopefully Alan might try and get some for me, but he's a key worker, so he has to go out every day anyway, go out to work. So yeah, but just little ideas, isn't it? And
has gluten-free bread.
Sorry,
Wonder if your milkman has gluten-free bread.
No, but because Alan will have to grab something lunchtime-ish, probably. Hopefully, it might be near a Marks and Spencer's and pop in there. Actually, I'm lying, because most of the time he just has fruit, so he takes fruit with him and just eats that, and then has something when he comes home. But we'll see. If not, it's only until Friday. I can go without bread for a few days. It's what we're all getting used to, isn't it? Right, I think I'm nearly frogged to the right
Tell you
bit.
what you should do, Angela.
What?
Buy some gluten-free wraps, because they have such long dates on them.
Oh, do they?
Then they're always there in emergency, because that's what I've done this week. Is I bought 2 packs of wraps, so that when I run out of bread or can't find any, then I've got those to use instead.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you.
So,
I'll take a look at that.
if you buy some of the bake-off, some of the gluten-free baking bread, like the ciabattas we had at your birthday, you can stick them in the freezer, and then you can get them as well.
I've got no room in my freezer.
Oh, okay.
And that's not from stocking up. I just have quite a stocked freezer, because there's only 3 shelves. And then the other day I came home, and at the weekend I bought Alan a loaf of bread, and I bought a loaf of bread for my parents to take up, but then I made the decision that I wasn't going up to see them. I thought, no, I'll just leave them. I'm not going to go near. So I ended up with this second loaf of bread that was supposed to be for my parents. So I had to find room for that. So I have no room in the freezer.
Well, when I do venture out later in the week, when I need to, if I find some, I'll bring it home and freeze it for you, because I've got loads of room left in my freezer.
Oh, thank you.
So Dawn's saying she's heard about a milkman who's delivering compost as well. Wow, that is good service. Marion says she just spoke to Helen and she's still going to work. I think that's because she's a key worker, Helen. So all NHS staff are being classed as key workers, because I know Donna's having to go as well. George is saying, Angela, can you freeze gluten-free bread?
You can. What you will find with gluten-free bread, when you defrost it, it will be much crumblier than normal. So if you have plain bread and then you try and put butter on it, it just disintegrates. So just toast it. It's my recommendation.
Tracy, who is also gluten-free, has PM'd you, so I'm guessing she's got some kind of secret or miracle, or maybe she's got a stash of gluten-free bread and she's prepared to share it with you.
Who knows? Who knows? It was strange, but on one of the little groups, they did actually put on that there is a farm somewhere, a farm shop, it must be somewhere in the area, and they do gluten-free fresh pasta and gluten-free flour and gluten-free sausages. So that's really, really good. Huh?
That's a bloody hell, that needs sharing.
I know, and I messaged her back and said, oh, where is it? And she hasn't got back to me. So, because she did say, look, I'm not making any money out of this. I'm just advising you, family member working in this place. If I get negative comments back, I'll withdraw the offer. And I thought, well, why would you get negative comments? Some people were saying, well, that's rather more expensive than what we pay in the supermarket, but it's organic and it's gluten-free. We know we're going to pay through the, we're going to pay higher costs than others. So I think she may have withdrawn the offer, which is a real shame. But yeah.
Good morning, Sally. She heard pasty, not pasta. Now she's making my mouth water. Hello.
I've realised I've got some. I don't know if it's still.
If you tell me you've got gluten-free pasties in your freezer, I'm going to come round and steal them.
No, but I have got Asda's chilled puff pastry, gluten-free puff pastry that I picked.
Oh, well, there you go then. You can make your own pasties.
Even if I just put some. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? Oh no, I can't. I haven't got any tomatoes. I'll find something. I'll get some later.
Mean the tomatoes that you're going to make into tin tomatoes?
I don't. Have I disappeared again?
Sally, Angela's having problems with her broadband this morning. And she keeps disappearing and reappearing. But when she disappears, we can still hear her.
Oh, right, okay.
So we're just going to carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, fresh tomatoes, because what I do is I slice them quite thick, and then I put chili on and some balsamic and some olive oil and salt and pepper, and put them in the oven on a really low heat. So they go quite spicy, but they're a little bit like a sun-dried tomato. So I was going to do those, but as I haven't got any tomatoes, I'll have to wait until the weekend. Oh dear. But I would like some form of pasty. Oh, thank you, Sally. Right. I am. How many? What should I be on now?
Tracy, I think you should now, just so that she can have it. Because by the weekend, she'll have forgotten about it.
What?
She's offering to drop you some tomatoes.
Oh no, Tracy, you're not allowed out. Honestly, don't be silly. That's lovely, but I can dream about it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 30, 30.
Counting everybody, that means that she's gone wrong again.
Yeah, and? No, I just haven't frogged back enough. So okay. I need to be down to 59 stitches. So if I get this done this morning, that'll be really good. Right. There we go. Not far to go. Yeah, so I'm going to be making this thing at some point, aren't I? So yeah, so I think now is the time for creativity. And for some of you, you won't be aware, but when I working on this pattern at the moment. So it's inspired by, the colours are inspired by Norwegian sunset colours. So they're all the colours on the back. You're not going to be able to see them very well. So this is mine, and it said seed stitch, but it said 2-row repeat, and I'm thinking it said well, I can't remember, but I read it wrong. So rather than doing knit 1 purl 1 as you're supposed to do with the seed stitch, repeat it for 2 and then change it to purl 1 knit 1 for 2 rows, I did knit 2 purl 2 for 2 rows and then purl 2 knit 2 for 2 rows. And if you can see there, you might be able to see it actually turned, rather than seed stitch, they look like little love hearts all around the bottom, all around the front, and all around the cuffs. So I'm actually really, really pleased that I don't read instructions as much as I should do, and because sometimes some of our mistakes is a really pretty result. And I went into the shop because I got it from the shop, and when I compared the little love hearts to the seed stitch, I really prefer mine. So just got a bit more frogging to do, and then I'll be able to finish these sleeves. I can't do anything else until I finish this sleeve today. And then I'll start the next sleeve tomorrow. And then the following day, I will sew it up. So that'll be good. Come on. So do you think you're going to buy another one? Oh, thank you, Georgie.
Sally wants to go and make a pie now.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? We have a secret. It started off as the clandestine cake club, going to that, and then that folded after years and years and years. So we still retained our own little cake club, and we meet about every 6 weeks, and we'll have a theme. So this Sunday's theme was all things French. And so for the first time ever, we're going to do it online like this, but because there's only about 10 of us, we're all going to be like me and Robert, so we all can all be on screen. And we've all said, like, we have our cake club. So you make a lovely cake. We then all sit down somewhere, like it was supposed to be in John Lewis in Milton Keynes this Sunday. So we all go, sit down, buy teas and coffees, and then we each have a little piece of each other's cake and just comment on it. It's not a competition, it's just to compare and enjoy. And then we take a piece of everybody's cake home. And we've all said this week, because a lot of people live on their own, so our cakes are going to be about this big, because we've got to eat it all, haven't we? And we can't throw anything away this time. So our cake club this weekend, first time virtually, and we're going to have to eat all of our own cake. So I was going to do a gâteau Saint Honoré, which is like a biscuity, I can't remember what you call it now, type of pastry, but it's a biscuity flaky pastry. Then you have choux buns all around the outside that you put in caramel, and then you have creme pat, and you have another type of creme pat, and then you do weird and wonderful things with sugar stuff. Given our supermarkets, I think I'm just going to do a bun. That's it. Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
That's
yeah. Yeah. And trying to convert that to gluten-free. There is no gluten-free recipe out there, so I was going to have to create it all from scratch. So, yeah, when the shop's back open, I will make that. But I think it would be highly silly of me to make something like that when I'd need all of that sugar, when people need sugar. So, Robert, I'm making a bit of a time of this. Oops, that's it. What are you clicking now?
I'm just trying to help.
Trish
Viv, who's having problems getting on.
Sorry?
Just trying to help Viv, who's having problems getting on.
Oh, bless.
I didn't realise that my clicking was so loud.
Yeah. It's just because it's right there, that's all. Right. We'll have this picked up very soon, and I'm just back from here. Start again.
So I've had pictures from Dawn this morning. With some stuff that she's treated herself to. So we'll kind of do everybody's together again. So if you have got pictures, do send them through, and we'll show them all at some point during this morning's session.
Fabulous. I am Sally. I keep looking at this. Keep looking at this one that is here. I really need to find a pattern for you, and I will find that. But that's Juniper Moon. Is it Findlay? Something Findlay by Juniper Moon.
Again.
Have I? Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Breaking news: Prince Charles has just tested positive for coronavirus.
Oh wow! Oh bless.
So that's going to be quite serious because he'll have seen his mum.
Oh dear.
At least at the Commonwealth service, if not since.
Yeah. And Philip as well. Philip's very old now, isn't he? And infirm.
Yes.
Bless him. Yeah. Although, Prince Philip's living on a cottage in the Sandringham estate, is he? On his own?
Tell you, although I think the Queen's in Windsor, so he's probably there with her.
Oh, right, okay. Oops. So, when you're picking up stitches, and I won't be very long until I've picked them up, and then we can start again. Oh, you'll never guess what? I had a bit of an accident last night. Really bad accident. I took the bins out, and I was really careful when I took the big bin out that it didn't touch the new plasterwork on the outside of the house. But as
not again.
As I took the little bin out, and it's taken a piece off about that big. I was not popular at all this morning. At all.
Oh, I bet you were.
I know. So that's it. I'm not allowed to take bins out anymore. So that's the second chunk of plaster that's come off.
Right, B&Q have closed.
Have they?
They're closed today, anyway. I think they're probably going to remain closed. I've just had an email from my vets to say they've gone to emergencies only.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. And Dawn, thank you for sharing yesterday. There was a link that Dawn shared yesterday about what was it? It was just to try and support people who are currently working at Holland and Barrett, where I think they were increasing targets and saying that they were still open because it was essential. And I think a lot of us have signed that just to say, yes, we absolutely agree that it should close. Very unusual times. Although for some of us, I must admit, I still have to get things from Nature's Harvest because I don't have an option because normal shops or chemists don't stock some of the things that I need. So yeah, right, I'm ready to start knitting again.
Oh, that's good. So any MOTs that are due from the 30th of March have been extended for 6 months.
Excellent.
Claire shared that. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you. And is there, what I was wanting to know, what are people's favourite wools that they knit or crochet with? Because there might be some that I've not tried yet. So should we have a poll? Robert.
Sorry? Sorry, I'm just reading a riddle that Pam's just posted. Go on, carry on.
No,
okay, while Angela's faffing, someone's mother had 4 sons, north, south, east and west. What's the name of the 4th son? Well done, Teus. That is the right answer. And yes, Sally, thank you for picking up on that. I had a slip of the tongue. Sally, Brigitte still has the book that you've lent me. I'm picking up later in the week. Morning, Sue. Just seeing if anybody else new has joined. Morning, Judy. So nice to have some lovely people on here this morning.
you always have lovely people.
Sorry. Oh. Brain in gear. So nice to have a variety of people on here this morning.
I know what you
Oh, that
meant.
is sad news, Marion. Oh, book people are closing permanently.
Oh no.
What are you up to?
I was trying to put in a poll and I can't. I was trying to put in there, what is your favourite yarn? So we can see what the new ones, but let's just put it in the chat box. Because I think if I do this, yeah, I can't. We'll do it before we start off. I don't think we can do it partway through. Never mind. There we go. So what is... How long have the book people been going? Does anyone know?
No, I don't know, actually.
No. No. They were really good, weren't they? I remember they used to go to workplaces years and years ago, and I know that they have them really good as well. Oh, Natalie. Roma PT2.
1988, Angela.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They went into administration in December.
Oh, bless them. Now, I can't see. Natalie, you put on Roma PT2. I'm not sure what that is. Is it a type of yarn? Your favourite yarn? Ah, it's a Norwegian yarn, great for colour work. We need to find this yarn and see what it is.
I'm already on it.
Huh?
I'm already looking for it.
Ah. Let's see. Ooh.
I think that's it.
Yes.
That looks lovely.
That looks gorgeous. Sally's saying, haha, you two like a tag team.
It's worse when we're in the same room, honestly. The psychic connection is better.
Oh, right. So what is this? Yousolder.com. Natalie, are you in Norway? Or from there? So found the sold. Solder.com. Oh, got to show. So let's have a look at this one. Oh. Can you see those? Is that on your screen?
That crest? It is, yeah. That crestula looks lovely.
I know. Look. And a proper traditional cardigan. I love that. That is gorgeous. So quite rightly so, they're closed to new orders, but I think this could be a new site. Thank you, Natalie. I love that as well. I love the detail stitch definition on that. Glenmore. Oh, wow. Bust darts in sweaters with all over stitch patterns. That is amazing. Right. We're definitely sending that out. And they said yarn here. So let's have a quick look at yarn. Ooh. Yeah, I think this is definitely one to look at when we're out of this. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Oh, you're in Preston. Thank you, Natalie. George is saying her favourite yarn is Toft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to show some of the Toft designs, Robert?
Georgie sent me pictures last night of what she's working on, so yes, I'll show those soon.
Morning, Helen. So, Isolde Limited, I think that needs to go on the little newsletter, doesn't it?
Morning, Helen. Viv says she's in as well, but I can't see her. But morning, Viv. Glad you got in at last. Dawn, I completely agree. If you're going to do anything in crochet, like a blanket, Starcraft is definitely the best. Very versatile and such a wide colour palette.
Mm.
Marion, do you know if they're still open? That'd be really handy to know, because then we can point people in their direction.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have a quick look.
Oops. I would have thought it would be closed because they're not classified as mail order, are they? I don't know if Lovecrafts is still trading.
Well, that's a good one to have a look at, actually. It looks like they are still open online.
Really? Should we check on their Facebook just in case they haven't formal update on their website?
I'm looking at You Felty Things website, Facebook page now, and it seems that they are still open. They are taking telephone orders.
Oh wow!
And then what was the other one you said? Lovecrafts.
Yeah, Lovecrafts, because they're all online as well, like Wool Warehouse.
Yeah, they're still taking orders with no delays.
Fabulous. So a couple of options there. If you see a beautiful investment piece that you want to do, so you can still get things ordered. And I said on yesterday's that I ordered something from Urban Decay makeup, and it's arriving today. So I just ordered next day delivery, because you don't know what they're going to stock as things change. But yeah, so that should be here today. So not going silly in online ordering, but businesses still need to keep going, don't they? So
yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be silly, but I do want our businesses to continue through this strange time. And I think that's the only way that we can describe it, isn't it?
Dawn's asking about the two shops in Sheringham. There's nothing on Altree Crafts. And Thread Your Wings are still open, doing delivery within a 5-mile radius. If you live further away, then they're happy to post.
Oh wow, that's good to know. There's something else that I'm not going to be able to show you on the system. I'll only be able to show you on the phone. And I don't know how many other people have got this. I know some people have, but it's called Bellish. Oh, well, I was going to show you, but my beta system has expired, so never mind. But there's an app called Bellish, and what you can do is it's only sort of simple patterns, but it's 2 colour work patterns. So you can decide whether you want a round neck, a V-neck, or I think a polar neck, and whether you want long, medium, or short sleeves. And then around you can have them short or long, and then around the bottom you can have 2 colour work, and you put in what size you want, and it tells you exactly how much yarn you want and makes a pattern that you can follow on your phone. So it tells you every single row. So it's just that the pattern doesn't suit me. It's not something that I really want to do. The V-neck isn't deep enough, but that's an option as well for people. So I think it's free. Yeah. So have a look at Bellish if you're looking for, to try 2 colour work that looks like Fair Isle. So yeah, it's quite a nice app. Anyone with pets in Leighton area are still open. Do you know what? I didn't even know there was country stores on Salisbury Roundabout, so I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever been over there. So that's, but that's good to know if anyone needs animal feeds in the area. There's something there. Sorry, I just realised. There we go. Right, I need to count up again. Do you want to talk, Robert?
So, George, you have just had a quick look at Toft, and they are still doing home delivery, although I'm sure you've got lots of it already. But for anybody else who's heard of Toft, lovely soft wool, beautiful patterns and stuffed toys, and definitely worth the investment. You will not regret it. The wool is gorgeous. Last visit to Toft, this is the wool that I purchased, and this is a double knit, which I'm really looking forward to using. Look at that gorgeous yellow and that deep red.
They're really unusual colours together, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they do work extremely well.
That's 100 grams, approximately 225 meters. So I've got 2 of those.
Georgie, sorry, go on.
Lily's Kitchen are taking orders for cat and dog food. Says Marion. And Tracy says, Angela, check your messenger, please.
I will do. Sorry, I checked it a minute ago, but there was nothing there, so he must have had a bit of a...
Because Angela's out in the middle of nowhere, it takes ages. And even when I ring her, it will disconnect at my end, but it will have only just connected at her end. Sorry, I mean, it will ring out at my end, but it'll only just have gone through at her end. So it does take a while. That's what you get for living in the back end of nowhere.
Sorry, what was that?
Never mind.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy. I just messaged you back. Thank you very much.
Right, so projects. Right, I'm going to start clicking again, sorry. Right, let me see. So I'm going to start by sharing what George is currently working on. This is what George is currently doing. Penelope the bear. And I think that's the bottom of the body piece. I think that's a leg. And then Dawn decided to treat herself this morning or yesterday. So here's a book that she's bought. 200 crochet stitches. Who knew there were 200 crochet stitches?
Who knew?
Look at that. That looks lovely.
That is lovely.
And I'm guessing that's what's going to be made with it.
Ooh. Ooh. What was that?
I think it's the wall that she
Baes.
Oh, that one.
Baes. Yeah, but is the name of it BAES?
Oh no, no, that's the design. The Annalise Baes is the person that's designed it.
Right. That's beautiful.
No, Helen, I'm afraid they're not. They have completely closed. They were going to try online only, but then it hasn't quite worked, so they have now completely closed.
We'll just double check and make sure that they haven't put anything else on Facebook for today, but
They normally email as well, don't they? So
they do, yeah.
The Knitting Network on Facebook have a crochet along for free at the moment. It's their Sweet Pea blanket. Could use your own wool up. Oh, might have to have a look. Who knew Knitting Network? Let's try and find it.
Let me write that down, the Internet Network. Sweet Pea blanket.
Tracy, I can't find it on there. That'd be great, thank you. And then I can show it to people on another session. Woolen Stuff at Wakefield is offering free delivery. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, morning, Safia. Arnie and Carlos are doing the cow. I love Arnie and Carlos.
Can we see some of Arnie and Carlos, please?
I'm just going to have a quick look.
I want to see some of this stuff. A lot of you talk about Arnie and Carlos. I'm sure I've seen them. I'm sure I have.
They came to the shop, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's called the Quarantine Knit-along. And it's over 5 weeks. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow. That is lovely.
Oh, it looks like they're all flowers that they're doing.
Sorry, I'll be back in 1 minute.
It's all right.
No, it's all right. I may have some news for you in a minute. Sorry.
Oh, so it looks like there's, for those of you who haven't seen Arnie and Carlos, that's what they look like. So it looks like they're doing squares that will then somehow knit together to make something. Okay, so there's a lot of knit-alongs being done in the guild as well, so that's good. And then yes, and that's what they say, Sally, is that although it's their designs, you can do whatever you want with it. It's just a suggestion. Oh, Tracy, you shouldn't have done that. Have a look at this, everyone. Look at that. Those gorgeous colours. Wow. That's a definite stash buster, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Look at that border.
It's gorgeous.
It's knitting, so it's going to take you a while and it'll keep you very busy.
Mm.
Oh no, Tracy, no one gets into trouble in here. It's a very safe space. We're all friends. What's said in the room stays in the room.
I've got an update on self-isolation.
Right.
I've got somebody.
It's over at last.
Hi.
Oh.
Just arrived today.
You. Oh.
So Alan's just put him him. We don't know. This is our little feral cat who rocks up about once a month when it needs like 24, 48 hours to just relax, chill, etc. And Splotch has just arrived today. So everybody else must be shooing the cats off. So Splotch has turned up at our house. So that means that because we're sure it's got home, it won't let me stroke it, even though it's been coming here for 7 years on and off. And it turns up and will then go to sleep and won't move. So that'll mean that we'll have to sleep downstairs and look after it. So we have this little black cat that turns up. So yeah, so Splodge is back. Don't know how long for. Be here for 24 hours, 48 hours, and then won't see it again for dust.
Hi, Claire. Bye, Claire. Tracy, it's because I didn't concentrate when I was trying to drink my drink, so now I've got one of those. It's gone down the wrong hole coughs. It's not a cough. And Dawn, tell Becky to be shush. We're not mentioning the C word.
What, Christmas?
Shush.
I've got one Christmas present done already this year, so I'm all excited. So, oh, your screen will protect you. Yeah, it will. We're all happy here, aren't we? We can't infect each other, and I think Splodge is safe. I don't think it's passed on to humans, so we're fine. Right, where did I put my knitting? Well, let me get back to knitting. I've got to finish this sleeve today. Right.
Dawn, in case you missed it, we shared pictures of the book and the wall you've treated yourself to, and we assume the wall was to make the pattern that you sent as well. But do let us know.
So we were saying earlier, it was Teresa, wasn't it, who told us her favourite yarn. But please do let us know what your favourite yarns are, because I think we may have a few people who may be reaching out and putting in an order somewhere. And then we got onto all these beautiful cows and things like that. I'm just trying to double check. What are your favourite? It's Natalie. Sorry, Natalie. That beautiful yarn, Isolde. Let me know what your favourite ones are. What's your favourite yarn? Toft. It is Toft.
For me,
yeah.
No, I think it just depends. It has to feel nice. It has to look nice. And if it's part of a project, so I don't like using black a lot. But if it's part of the project and it looks nice overall, then yes, I'll use it. But I don't really have a particular favourite. Although Toft is very nice. Helen, am I allowed to share the picture that you've just sent me?
Intrigued.
That's Helen's cat. Very carefree at the moment.
Oh, bless. How gorgeous. Did you get any more of Tofu's floors done?
No, we're going to do that later today.
Good luck.
Well,
if you don't know, the cats need their claws clipping. And that isn't an easy feat with cats, as I'm sure you're all aware.
So let's talk about challenges, shall we? So, as that was mine, so we decided yesterday everybody was going to have a daily challenge, and we would then review what people's challenges were and whether they did it or not. So mine yesterday was to go for a walk, which I did. Claire's was to make some cheese scones, which she didn't do. But she did say last night that her challenge for today is to tidy up her room so she can get her sewing machine out, which she needs to do is she's just cut lots of fabric. So please do feel free to share what you're going to have as your daily challenge today, and then we will review it the next time we're on, and the next time you're on, see how you got on.
Yeah.
Bob says yes, the wool is for the shawl. It takes 2 cakes, one for the main body and the other for the popcorn stitch. The pattern's for a wool version, but she's going to do it in cotton acrylic. I'm sure it will look just as good, and the pattern will be... do you have to change patterns between wool and acrylic or cotton? Showing my naivety. Marion says her challenge is to put the vacuum cleaner out over whilst Ollie is out. Okay, will he come back and then make it a mess again? Because he will, then what's the point? No one's coming into your house, so are they going to know? Angela, what's your challenge today?
Well, I have hoovered already. I hoovered about 6:30 this morning. I'm not going to do, I never do dusting. It's something that is not part of my life, so I can't touch a duster. What am I going to do? I'm going to finish this sleeve today. This has to happen. So that is what I have to do. As well as that, I think I need to try and use that ready rolled pastry as well. So I'm gonna make some form of tart or something like that with it. So that should be nice. I've got a couple of eggs. I've got some milk. Oh, I tell you what, I've got a leek. I've got some bacon. I've got garlic. So I can make some. If nothing else, I can make some savoury Danish pastry type things. So yeah, I'm going to create, and we'll see whether they end up in the bin or not. Well, they never end up in the bin, but the birds might need to eat them. So
Dawn, do make sure you keep us updated, because I'm sure we'd all really like to see how it goes when you get going. Helen, your daily challenge to clear out a couple on the decking today. Your husband has built a new bar out there. Would you please show us pictures all about woolly things? Evelyn, your challenge today is plant tomato seeds. Okay, might sound simple, but I bet it's not. I've never done it, so I couldn't comment. Dawn, my challenge is to tackle my meddling pile and make a Barrabath, a Welsh tea bread. You soak the fruit overnight in strong tea. Okay. Barrabrith, not Barrabath. Sorry.
That's all right.
Wow. And when will it be ready, Dawn? Will we see pictures tomorrow? Or will it be the next day? The bread. I don't expect the shawl to be done in 2 days. Okay, make sure you take some pictures then and show us all.
Yes.
I've never heard of Barrabrith.
Yeah, it's lovely. You have it in thinnish slices, and then you put butter on. Very nice. Yeah, like plum bread, Barrabrith, and I believe in Wales, people it's very competitive as to who's got the best Barrabrith. So whenever you go to each other's houses, people proudly make their own loaf, and yeah, so it's a very proud heritage loaf that Welsh people make. Forget the thin slices.
Judy says she's been she's done her daily challenge. She went shopping for the over 70s at Tesco and brought some gin.
Well done.
Oh, Tracy. Oh, that stinks, that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh dear. No, this is what happens. So, oh dear. Have you got to do that, or is that somebody else in the household cleaning the dog, bathing the dog?
I think Tracy's just had to do it.
You just had to do it. Oh, you poor thing. Oh.
Dawn, I quite like the idea of using herbal tea instead of normal tea.
Hmm.
Imagine something like an orange fruit tea would really enhance the flavours in the fruit.
Hmm. And Earl Grey tea is really good to use as well because it's got that bergamot and lemon. So anything orangey or lemony, really bring out the flavours. It's lovely.
Isn't there something else that you make with Earl Grey tea?
Lots of different cakes. I don't know. Lady Grey, that's a little bit milder, isn't it, than the Earl Grey?
Oh, star anise.
Turmeric. Hmm. I've got lots of little oranges that had too many pips in. Like there were 3 pips in every single segment, so we haven't actually eaten them. So I think I'm going to make a really nice carrot cake. Because I think before we'd have just thought, well, we'll never use these little oranges, but I'm going to make an orange cake and also a carrot cake, because I've got some cream cheese as well that needs eating up, that's practically on the last day, but once it's mixed with loads of sugar it will be fine. So the only thing I don't have is vanilla essence, but I've got some vanilla paste, I believe. Oh no, I'll use my tonka bean paste. I use it with tonka beans. So yeah, I'm going to have so many cakes in this house soon, just to use up the oranges. It's a shame I can't share them.
Tracy's just sent a picture of a dog, so let me just pull that up.
Oh, Helen, you good person, giving up cake for Lent. Do I have a drive-through? I think I'm going to have to set that up. I was ready to launch my sending brownies in the post business, but I've sort of shelved that idea because I just don't want to do that at this moment in time. But we will have a drive-through at some point. Yeah. Insurance is all in place. I think just sourcing the products at the moment is a bit of a challenge. So I'd hate to take orders for something that I couldn't fulfill, and I just can't guarantee to have enough goods to make them. But I'm always happy to do it locally if I can get hold of the products. So keep in touch. Did you have some pictures from somebody, Robert?
I thought I did, but apparently not.
No? Oh. Right, so I was just thinking, what can we show today? Projects that we can show as ideas for people. I'll get to the end of this row and then we'll start looking. Right.
What's calzone?
Huh?
What's calzone?
Calzone. It's a pizza flipped over.
Ah, sorry.
So it's got the filling in the middle.
Yeah, I love calzones. I didn't read it as Italian. I was reading it as English. Sorry.
You thought it was another different type of yarn, didn't you?
I wasn't sure what it was.
Oh dear. We were
I love
talking.
a calzone. I'd really
Yeah.
love a calzone.
Oh, I'm really missing going to Mama Rosa's for my gluten-free carbonara. Really, really missing that. But hey, one day we will be back there, I'm sure. So just a little bit of inspiration here. Actually, yeah, can you see? This is a Shandy Expression Fiber Arts, and I've done it in, it's a very silky yarn. It's Jupiter Moon, but I'm sure we've all got lovely silky stuff in our stashes. And what I'm going to do is I will try and find the guide as to how you do this. You go into, it's some form of lace, but these little holes, it's a really lovely little pattern, and she's got a little video where she shows you how to do this. So all you have to do is just cast on X number. It's done on the bias, and I'm sure you all know this anyway, but on the bias, all you do is increase one at one end and decrease one at the other end, and you end up with that lovely shape. That's all you do. So it's really quite simple doing that on the bias. But I'll I think you started with, I think it was about 70, 78, just see if that's right. And you do X amount of the pattern just in knit, and then you go on to Shandy's, it's called Etude number 2, and I'll put it in the link, or I'll send it out in the newsletter, the email. And it's a really simple pattern, and you could use anything up that's quite a lightweight floaty fabric. I used one Findlay Juniper Moon, I think that was dappled, but we've all got so many lovely things, and that's a really nice idea. Yeah, Georgia, it's so lovely. And what I did when I got to one end, because I don't like them, I like to put it over one shoulder, so I started to make it wider and wider and wider towards the end of the other side, just so that you can see how much wider that is. Let me see if I can show you this. Then the other side, so that can then go over my shoulder rather than just being a thin thing. So I will put that in the link, because that's a really nice one to do. It's so simple. You can do that in front of the TV, Netflix, Walter's TV, anything. So you can even do it to subtitles as well, which I do. So we'll find some nice little patterns and designs for you. But I think it's Etude 2. Yes, Sally. So I started off, and I just thought I'm just going to have like a really long line. So when I got about 2/3 through, I just started increasing one on one side of it, so it went that shape, and it just really float. It's very floaty, and it's just wider on the shoulder. So it's yeah, it's really quite simple. And I know, Sally, there was loads and loads and loads and loads of old, should we call them old, wools gifted to one of the charity shops, and then Marion and Sally went and spent hours there sorting it out. And I do have that here. So there is a cone here that's very much like the Findlay dappled Juniper Moon. So we'll split that when we can start to get together again, and I'll wind that up, and you can have some of that, because there's far too much for one person to use in a lifetime. Huh?
Is that the stuff you want me? Is that the stuff you've asked me to wind for you?
Yeah, yeah. So
just let me know when you're dropping it around.
Oh well, let's. I'm really trying to do this first 3 weeks of total lockdown other than to the shop. So we'll see what Boris says after the 3 weeks. And yeah, because I'd hate to infect anyone.
I'm suggesting you come in and saying you can like leave it on the door handle or something, and then you can take these 6.5s that you want to borrow as well.
Yeah, yeah, I need to get those done at some point. Bribery, of course. Yeah, so that's one of them, and then I showed you that beautiful cardigan, the rainbow cardigan, out of these colours. So I have my 2 of those. But I have to say, the pattern, if I'd have seen this pattern, there is no way I would ever knitted it. And what they've done is to make sure that they've got perfect colours, aligned colours. Can you see what they've done here? I think the fact that it's very similar on both sides in terms of colours, I don't think it looks nice. And the one I showed you last week from the shop, it was a sample that I brought from the shop. It was like green and orange and pink and blue. So it was very rainbowish. So that's the pattern. But I looked and I don't quite know. I'm always the same with patterns. When somebody's going to be 5 years old in September, do I knit a 4 to 5 or a 6 to 7? And I don't know which one to go for. Yeah. Thank you. Done. Well, it's only, it says 5 inches difference around the chest, but I'll go for the 6 to 7 one then. I don't want it to be too small for her.
No, and at least if you do a 6 to 7 and it's too big, you'll know that when she gets into it, she'll wear it for longer. Whereas if you do the 4 to 5 and it just fits, then it's not going to fit for long. Yeah.
And that's the challenge that we had with that lovely, I don't know what she's called, but off Frozen. We bought her the dress from the Disney shop. Elsa, yeah, we bought her the Elsa dress as well at Christmas. So they didn't have a size 5. She got a size 4, and it's probably too small for her now. And then
I have somewhere the pattern for an Elsa hat. If you can find the right blue to do it in, and then you put loads of fringe in and do her lovely braid and put beads in it, and it has a crocheted snowflake on the front of it. Ooh. Let me see if I can find a picture.
I'll have a look at that. Thank you. Because everything was frozen. And when I was going to the shop, you know, when you pop into like Wilco's, they had frozen nail polishes. So I picked them up and they were only like £3. Really nice little gift. So every time we were going there, either Aldi had frozen ideas. But yeah, so she got lots of little bits.
That's a picture of Tracy's dog after the bath.
Oh, fluffy, fluffy.
Sulking. I'm guessing it's the one on the back sofa, not the one that's cuddling into you that's sulking.
Oh. Tracy, thank you ever so much. Helen, yes, you're saying exactly the same as what Robert said, 67. So I'll do that slightly larger one. Always best to be too big. Can I size it myself to a 5 to 6? Do you know what? This is probably the time that I could do that. Yeah, I'm sure I could, because it seems quite a simple pattern, but I think I'll just stick to that so it's easy. And Stylecraft would definitely have the right shade of blue as well. And then this was the other one, wasn't it, that I showed the other day. Can we see that? Yeah, hang on a minute. So this is by Sheepy's Yarn. It's called the After Party Racket Scarf by Ali Campbell. And it is beautiful.
Bye, Tracy.
Bye. But it uses so many different shades. They've got an inordinate amount of shades, not as many as Starcraft, but they look really nice. But it uses, can you remember how many? There were loads. You had to have...
It was about 18, wasn't there?
Yeah, about 18 different colours. So I think this would be a really good stash buster, because that wouldn't matter if you use different types of yarns. And it is crocheted as well. So when sometimes knitting just takes too long, doesn't it? So crochet's a bit quicker. So I don't know if this is online. It should be, but it only cost £1 for that. Oh, sorry. Let's have a look at the frozen one.
So that's the picture of the hat. So you crochet the hat, and then you thread all the hair in, and you plait it afterwards, and you put beads in as well. And I did 2 of them perfectly, and then I went to a 3rd one and couldn't get the pattern at all.
Oh.
So I'm not quite sure what I didn't do, but
that's gorgeous.
I've done the top, I've done the crown.
Mm.
But I just can't get the side right.
Yeah, that happens. It happens, doesn't it? Sometimes. I don't apologise, Brigitte.
Hi, Brigitte. Well done. You managed 100% social distancing. Really well done.
Yeah. I'm going to go and have a wander over in the field over the road in a little while, I think.
Well, I went to Page Park yesterday afternoon, and it was really quiet. And then out of nowhere, this kid appeared on his bike. He must have been about 8 or 9, and his mum just screamed at him across the field, "Get away!"
That's so funny, isn't it? Oh dear. So funny. And just... I know that a lot of us are chatting. Some of the people we've only met in the last couple of days. So if you're watching, you don't have to comment, but please feel free to join in the conversation as well. But being here is lovely. So thank you for joining us. Oh, where's my knitting again? So we've had an Elsa hat as an idea. I've shown you that, and I will send the link out. It might just take me a little while. I'll see if I can find it while we're online now.
Tracy, you're never going to get rid of us. We're always going to be there. Double tap your home screen and swipe up. That should get rid of it. I can get rid of you, Tracy, but it means you can't come back. The only option I have is to ban you. Have you closed the window properly?
Right. Right, I've just placed a video in the chat, and that is to show you how to do those that little lacy pattern. The pattern to buy is $6.50, but there's a little video to accompany it that shows you how to do that pattern. So just have a look at the pattern. You'll be able to crack that. So hopefully that will work. And if you haven't ever seen Shandy Expression Fibre Arts, her stuff looks out of this world, but I haven't purchased any yet. I think if I do, it's another investment piece. It's not cheap, is it? And it comes all the way from America as well. So there's that whole shipping to add. But at some point, I am going to invest in something from over there. Oh. Oh. I tell you what it is. That stitch is called Turkish lace stitch.
I think Marion's just offered to come and be a presenter so that she can teach you some new language, let alone new stitches.
When's Marion coming on to join us? Is that tomorrow?
No, she says, good job I've not got company as the air here is blue. I now have 8 mini balls of yarn on the go. So I was tongue-in-cheek saying she could come and teach us some new language, let alone some new stitches.
Oh, right, okay. It's all right, Marion. Me and you are in the same house. We're in sort of Coventry, aren't we? Yeah, because I damaged the outside of the wall and damaged Alan's plaster on the outside of the wall. So, yeah, be fine. Oh, there's a typo there. The stitch is rather than os. Right, I need to add again. 16, 18, 20. Right. Is anyone close to starting a new project? Because I know I'm not at the moment, but it'd be really nice to see some. Yeah, can be sorted. So let us know.
Marion, how many? Sorry, go on, Angela.
No, go on. Go on.
I was just about to say, Marion, let us know how many people you've got doing your cowl. And do get them to share some pictures in the guild group, and I'll share them throughout the sessions as people go along.
Do you want? We should really show the cowl again, shouldn't we? The guild cowl. Brigitte, is that tonight? I thought it was tomorrow night. Have I got that wrong about clapping for our NHS outside?
Isn't it? Sorry.
I thought it was for everybody to go outside.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, 26th. That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes. So we, everybody, if you would like to, go outside and clap and cheer for the NHS. So, yeah, they've, you know, they are doing an incredible job. They haven't got the equipment that they need, and they're still doing a great job. And likewise for our people in supermarkets as well. You know, they are really trying to help us. So hopefully in the next few days, deliveries, home delivery slots, Asda will get more people to do home deliveries, etc. and let's just hope that things calm down. I'm just trying to find online whether it's today or tomorrow. NHS.
I'm sure it was 26.
Huh?
I'm sure it was 26.
Well, I'm sure if it is tomorrow, if Brigitte starts clapping for everybody, then other people will go out as well.
Find pictures.
Right, I can't find. I thought it was tomorrow, but let's all keep an eye on that. And if we're comfortable, yeah, it's tomorrow. So we'll do a little reminder as well as we start, just to try and remind people, and then we can all go outside. So if we've got our little community WhatsApp groups, it'd be really nice if we just put a message in there 10-15 minutes before, and then we can all go outside. And I'll see if I'm the only person in my little hamlet who's cheering out there, but I'm sure everybody else will come out as well.
There we go.
Fabulous.
If anybody wants to take a screen grab and share it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if anybody else loves that program Friday Night Dinner, but it's back this week on Friday. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Do you watch it?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Jim. You just never know what's going to come out of his mouth next.
I know. It's a real shame that Wilson is no more, but we've got new neighbours behind us, and we heard a dog barking, and it's called Wilson. So the two of us actually collapsed into laughter because all we thought of was Wilson off Friday Night Dinner. So we haven't seen this dog yet, but yeah, I'm sure it's very cute. So we've got a dog, a new neighbour with a dog called Wilson. So I'll be looking forward to that. Anyone for some squirrel, George? It's just hilarious, isn't it? I don't know if anyone hasn't seen Friday Night Dinner, do try it. It's so funny.
Right, shawl update.
Yeah.
I'm now going back through the greens. I've just come on to the darker green, and I'm so pleased. So thank you all very much for your advice and opinions.
Gorgeous. It is stunning. I love those two greens together as well.
Yeah.
Like the darker, it really does look good together.
I think though, I said this when I started it, I really don't like that purple, this one here. So I think what I might do is when I get to the end of that purple is stop and not just do this last bit.
Yeah.
Although I think in the wrapping, oh, it does. It goes back into a green.
Oh.
So it might be nice to finish it off with a green rather than the purple.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, Brigitte, no, don't. That's what we're here to do, to help each other out. Because normally we're meeting people most days, aren't we? So we can have a chat about this. So that's why it's good to. He's nearly choked on something, God knows what, but never mind.
Told me to give the purple to Jackie.
For anyone who doesn't know, Jackie is possessed with everything purple. She will, yeah, she'd take the purple. Sorry, Alan, is the repair shop back on? I didn't realise it was still on. So I might get that on catch up because I always enjoy watching Repair Shop. It's nice if you don't cry, isn't it, when they repair things for people. Oh, a new series. Thank you, Fab. I'll do that and get that in the planner. Right, I just need to see where I am again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right.
Oh, my neighbour's just got their lawnmower out. Do you think I can convince them to do mine?
2 metre rule.
Well, I don't have to be in the garden while they do it.
Oh.
Why is the repair shop not good for your mascara, Brigitte?
Because you cry.
Oh, okay. It's that kind of... Okay, sorry. I thought it was crying with laughter.
Have you watched The Repair Shop?
No.
Ah, so people, it's this huge, great shed repair shop in don't know where, and people take old heirlooms that look as if they're beyond repair in there, and they say it was great grandfathers or something like. There was one, and I don't know if everybody else got very emotional with this one, and it was an old tape recorder, the twin things, and his father, who died when he was in his teens or something like that, there was actually a recording of him and his father's voice on there. So they took it to the repair shop and they repaired it, and it was just yeah, they have got the most amazing people working there, haven't they? Oh, was it in Suffolk? I didn't know where it was, but they're such lovely, lovely people. Really nice. Yeah, there's always get your mascara sorted out, Brigitte. I'm sure we'll all be watching that. Oh, I love it. It's actually my parents who started watching it, and then I watched the odd one or two and thought, can't cry. But yeah, love it.
Helen's saying I would like Will. Is Will one of the presenters? His work is amazing. I'm gonna have to look now.
Yeah. The intricate detail is just, oh, love that program. Oh, and Dishy as well. All right, Sally, we know now. Very easy on the eye. You found it?
Mm-hmm. He is very nice. A bit young for me, but he is very nice. Oh, Brigitte, I'm not going to let you live that down.
Oh.
That's going to be like when we talk about dinosaurs.
Right, I'm going to put that in the newsletter.
What? Dishy, not fishy?
There's a fishy link in there. Wait for it. So we'll put that.
Oh, thank you, Natalie.
Yeah. And I hope everyone's got some knitting done while we've been chatting.
I've just sewn in some ends.
Huh?
I've just sewn in some ends.
No, we're too busy typing. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. But I really do feel as if I can get this done today. I am still multitasking, watching a recipe on BBC Two from 2010. Oh, Sophie Dahl making apple crumble with sticky toffee sauce. That sounds lovely.
Yes, Brigitte, we have read your correction.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm only joking. It will be fine. Although I may say, look at this fishy wheel.
Dawn's still making the purple beanie hat for the homeless. Love to see your progress, Dawn. I showed the picture yesterday of you starting it. Helen says she's almost ready to divide for body and sleeves on her top-down jumper or cardigan that she started. Sally is multitasking. Bye, Helen.
Bye-bye, Helen. See you later. And I'm going to have to go in a couple of minutes as well. Go and see how splodgy Dodgy is. Bless him. Her. So we're down for another session tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
I set my alarm earlier. I actually get out of bed. Don't rush around.
Do you need a little alarm message off me?
No, because then you'll wake Gary up.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. No, don't want to do that. Oh, Brigitte, that's so funny. The fact that you have you are one of those people who uses the language change part of an app. That's hilarious. Do like that, Robert. It's looking very good.
It's big enough though.
Right.
Might switch something out temporarily. Bye, Marianne.
Marianne, bye. Well, lovely to spend some time with you. Hopefully you've enjoyed being with us. Please feel free to come in the chat and let us know if you want to come online in any of the sessions, and we'd love to have a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh person on here as well. That would be lovely. Yeah. Marianne's off to do some more swearing. Hilarious. Oh dear. So anyway, Robert, you have
a good day, everyone.
You have a lovely day. Lovely to see you, and take care, and you'll get the replay soon. Bye.
See you all in the morning.